Hello everyone. It's a great time to have a chat with someone. His parents wish him to be a doctor, but he chosen journalism, being a leader of an artistic company. He's bringing counting and cracking for us, all the way from Sydney. He's Sri Lankan born, S.Shakthidharan. Hello Shakti, welcome to a great chat as you going to arrive in Melbourne for a great show, a lengthy one. Tell me about yourself first. Who's Shakti and what is he up to?
Yeah, my name is S.Shakthidharan. My friends call me Shakti. I finished school and did a journalism degree. I'm a Tamil Sri Lankan. As is normally my community, the family would have preferred I was a doctor or an engineer, an accountant. So journalism was the closest I could get to convincing them it was a real job. But I've always wanted to be an artist, and my mother, my amma, is a Bharatanatyam dancer, Anandavalli, and she didn't want me to be an artist. She knew how hard that life was, but I was so familiar with growing up inside her dance company about the power of the stage and the magic that could happen there, and I was really drawn to that and the ability for stories to do things in our society that nothing else can do. And so I founded an arts company while I was still at uni called Curious Works, and they're still going strong now. And I was a community artist for a long time, helping other people tell their stories. But at a certain point, I think like lots of the children of first generation migrants or second generation migrants, I hit my late 20s and just felt I didn't know enough about my heritage, how my family had come to Australia, what had happened in Sri Lanka, and I really felt a deep need to understand that. And for the first time, I turned the artistic process on myself and my own community, and spent a number of years talking to Sri Lankans in Australia and around the world and listening to them. Sri Lankans from all types of walks of life and different parts of Sri Lankan society, and the things I learnt and the things I learnt from my own family as well eventually became the play Counting and Cracking.
Theatre, everyone loves. Counting and cracking. What sort of a play? What sort of a theatre action going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big play. It's an epic. It has 16 actors and 3 live musicians. There's Carnatic music throughout the show. I don't think there's been a show this big about a migrant Australian family before. And it's been incredible premiering in Sydney and Adelaide, taking it to the UK last year. And so thrilled that we can finally bring it to Melbourne. And the Sri Lankan community there. It's the biggest Sri Lankan community in Australia. And I think it's going to be a very fun and moving and profound experience for us.
Shakti, listening to you, this is more or less the immigrants who are migrants who have come over here as involved with you. Tell me, what sort of a subject related to this play? What's you are trying to tell to the society?
Counting Cracking is about a mother's love for her son, for her grandfather, and the secret she's been holding on to, and the son's ability to gently confront the secrets of her past. And as we do this, we go on a journey that takes us from modern day Sydney to Sri Lanka over the course of many decades. And we see if this family can find a way to reconcile and reunite across generations, continents, and their present day.
Shakti, it's quite challenging to get into a theatre, get them into Melbourne, and from May 31st to 23rd June, I think longest time you going to stage this lovely drama, Counting and Cracking. Tell me, what sort of a cast and how about the cast in your drama?
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible cast. We have a cast of 16 actors. One is Indigenous Australian, the others are all South Asian background. They're from 6 different countries. Prakash Belawadi plays one of the lead roles. He's quite well known in Bollywood. Anthony Dasan Jesuthasan plays one of the lead roles. He is the star of Deepan, the Palme d'Or film that won Cannes, and is also a very well-known Tamil poet. Nadi Kamalawera is one of the lead roles. She's a very famous actress in Sri Lanka. So we have just an incredible cast, and honestly, I think it's one of the finest ensembles of South Asian actors that's ever been assembled. And as sad as it is that we're not all living in Sri Lanka anymore, and that our clans and our communities have been broken up and have spread around the world, one of the amazing things we can do now is temporarily reunite them. You know, we see this happening in our community when we have weddings and people come from around the world for them. And this show is like that too. It temporarily reunites so many Sri Lankans from different parts of the world and brings them back together, and also brings other South Asian actors to support that Sri Lankan story. And just watching 16 brown bodies tell this story is a joy in itself.
So all the theatre lovers who love the drama, who want to watch the international sort of performance in Melbourne at the Union Theatre in the University of Melbourne from May 31st to June 23rd. So quite lengthy, and you can choose a date.
So the show's on as part of Rising Festival. It opens on May the 31st and runs throughout June. It's in partnership with the University of Melbourne, and it's on at the Union Theatre at the University of Melbourne. One of the things that is really important about this show is that the Sri Lankan community can access it and come to see it. And what I mean by that is we wanted to pick a venue that there was parking and that it's easy for the community to come to. So the University of Melbourne does have parking. You can bring the whole family and come on a Friday or a Saturday night if you want to. There are matinees. So it's on for 3 weeks at the University of Melbourne. You can book tickets on the Rising website, and I'm sure that you guys will include a link to that as part of your article. But one thing I want to say is it's really important, if you're interested in seeing this, it's really important that you book tickets. It's sold out in Sydney before opening night, and that was for a bigger theatre with a bigger capacity than we're doing in Melbourne. I think this season will sell out. And when it sells out, there won't be any spare tickets left. And in Sydney, there were members of the Sri Lankan community who weren't used to going to the theatre or thought they didn't want to see this show. And they didn't buy tickets, and then their cousins, their husbands, their girlfriends, their friends from the Sri Lankan community saw the show and told them they have to see it, and they were so excited. And then 10 people and 20 people told them, and then we would spend hours every day trying to find members of the Sri Lankan community tickets, because literally hundreds of people were contacting me trying to find tickets, and we just can't. So please book tickets early, because once other members of our wonderful Australian community book this show out and it sells out, there won't be anything left. And the show is first and foremost for the Sri Lankan community, and I really hope if you're a little bit interested in this, that you make the decision to come along, and we can't wait to share that with you.
So coming to the final question, everyone is curious, everyone wants to watch. Now tell me, what sort of final message you got to the audience who love the drama, who love the theatre, who wants to watch the Counting and Cracking in Melbourne?
Yeah, Counting and Cracking is a kaleidoscopic story. It weaves Tamil and Sinhalese, Hindu and Buddhist, Muslim threads throughout it. And it's an invitation for our whole community to come as one and celebrate that story together. It is also a way for us to remember and realize that whether we like it or not, our stories are intertwined. And there's real power and fun to be had in celebrating that. And I really do hope that Tamil and Sinhalese communities can come together to celebrate this show, because it's a very good way for us to spend more time together. And the conversations that we can have in the intervals and after the show as a result, are profound and important. And it's a show for all of us. And I hope we can all respond to that and come to it together.
Thank you so much, Shakti. It's a great effort. We congratulate you. And meantime, I'll invite all the drama lovers who love the theatre, who follows the drama, come from May 31st, June 23rd at the Union Theatre of the University of Melbourne. You know, the ticket terminal. That's through Aus News Lanka tickets. So we are happy to promote this. We are happy to support this. This is a great effort. Come, watch and support the theatre and Shakti and his team. Good luck. Thank you.